Hey, Falcon, you stupid idiot. You could do this to make life easier on yourself. And as gratifying as that might sound, you know, the computer itself insulting me in your words. Hey everybody, welcome back, Falcon, RimWorld Alpha 8. We are here back into the colony itself. I have some renames that I needed to undertake, number one. So let's do that really quickly before we get into the game here. I actually did these renames after the last set of recordings. This is going to start a new set of recordings itself, just a little FYI for you. So technically I should be leaving myself like post-it notes when I do renames after a batch of recordings, because now I'm kind of like, wait a minute, who was it that I renamed? I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm pretty sure that Chris Young is one of them. So Chris Young, welcome aboard. Are you really Chris Young? Let's find out, because you're actually 21. You're actually pretty Chris Young. So I was going to say, you know what, you could for all intents and purposes be Chris Old, but hey, that's actually pretty notable. So Chris Young, welcome aboard, age 21. That means you could actually drink in the colony without anybody giving you shit about it, my friend. At least when it comes to the whole U.S. law in terms of drinking. Oh, is it really only U.S.? Like, it's probably down to state, right? Like, usually there's like a drinking limit when it comes to states and things of that nature? Or is it just overall in the whole U.S.? I'm not entirely sure. This is coming from a person who's drank before 21 anyway, so who am I to say? Of course, you know, not legally per se, you know, just kind of, you know, without people realizing it, you know, just walking around school drunk and shit. It's like, Falcon, you look pretty happy today. You're telling me. Why are you happy? Oh, you know, I'm just happy to be here, man. School. Yeah, actually, school's actually really fun. Don't let me fool you otherwise. Stay in school. If you're not in school, go back to school. If you're, like, too old to be in school, then, you know, completely disregard what I'm saying. But if you're in school and you're like, yeah, fuck school, don't fuck school, dude. Stay in school. Do really good. Go out, get a profession, make money. Don't wind up like me. You don't want to do that. Either way, it's a little bit of a unfortunate sadly foreshadow of my life in general. So Chris Young, welcome aboard. Next person that we also have... You're new, right? Yeah, Rosati. Alrighty, Rosati the mercenary. Welcome aboard, my friend. This would have been really amazing had his name been Rastafari. Then we would have had like a pretty good jam on. We jam in the colony Jamaica, even though it's kind of cold, and I don't think it's cold in Jamaica. But what do I know about Jamaica? This is probably really insensitive to this whole kind of accent I have going on here, so disregard that completely. So Rosati, welcome aboard. Next person, who do we have? We have Geronimo, bro. You know, Geronimo motherfucker, yippee-ki-yay motherfucker. I like this guy already. So Geronimo, welcome aboard. And last person that we have, I want to say it should be this individual right here. Pito Sapunov. I am pretty sure that my mispronunciation of your name is joke enough, so I'm sorry for that, but Pito Sapunov, welcome aboard. Pitos, maybe like Pytera. I'm not even sure what I'm even going with this at this point, but yeah, either way, welcome aboard. 4 new people, rename. Everybody, welcome aboard. Alrighty, so what do we have to do for today? Well, actually, reading the last comments from the last few episodes, I've actually been enjoying a lot of the comments, and like I've been getting a lot of good suggestions from you guys in terms of, let me get something going here in the meanwhile. I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys in terms of like stuff that I could improve on, not really gameplay mechanic, but just kind of like little, I guess, tips and tricks to kind of make my life a lot easier. And I am actually going to start doing some of that today, because some of the stuff I've been reading, I've been kind of like, you know what, that makes perfect sense. Why didn't I think about it before? And then, you know, I realized, well, I'm pretty sure why I haven't done it before, because I'm an idiot, so that's no big surprise there. Number one, we have a lot of mining to do. I believe we canceled out this mining last time because there was actually... I'm pretty sure there was like a raid of some kind. Maybe the mechs. Wasn't it the mechs, maybe? That kind of ruined our whole mining process here. So what I'm going to do is actually just mine the stuff out yet again. This is silver, right? This is silver ore indeed, so we'll probably get the silver as well, just for money purposes. Let's go down through here... Up and around, up and around. I'm only leaving one of these on, you know, mine just because I'm always scared of collapses. And, you know, again, people have told me so many times how to avoid these, and I always forget. So that's how the name of the game goes. Let me put this in real time now. There's a lot of things that we need to do around the base, but one of the first things that people told me was how to make these drop beacons work a lot easier for myself instead of like this whole multicolored OCD shit that was bothering me last time. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to, while these guys over here work in the background... Actually, before we do any more working in the background, I mess around with these drop beacons, I also want to do this, which is, let's go to floors. Wooden floors. There's a little bit of a unwooded area over here, which is kind of bothering me, so let's do that. Boom, boom. This research table, we're done researching, so we're going to actually have this guy to get dismantled. And in its place, we're actually going to put in the sculptor's table. We're going to start doing some sculpting now, because people have been telling me, Falcon, you've been saying fuck art forever. But stop fucking art, Falcon. And I was like, alright, you know what? I will stop fucking art momentarily just to kind of give you guys what you want to see. But inside, you know my whole theory of it, it's still going to be fuck art. Let's actually put down some wooden floors right there. The other thing we want to do is also get these things properly connected over here. So, we need to deconstruct this bad boy over here. And we're going to move them over here because obviously we're going to put these guys kind of together. But we want to have these little structures in between them so that they don't necessarily catch fire whenever there's like, you know, a big fire situation like what happened last time. You know, it was weird because the enemies themselves didn't even set our shit on fire. It was just, unfortunately, one of our terrible mortar shooters that was just kind of like, oh, well, there's enemies over there. Yeah. Instead, let me just shoot a fire turret over here. And cause this whole shitstorm that happened. So, we're going to definitely take care of that here today. Power is something that I'm also kind of considering increasing a little bit. And we will do that by probably adding another one of these bad boys over here too. So let me go into... Well, before we go down to that, let me do solar generator right about here for now. And then we will go and do... Let's see, structure. Let me just do a regular sandstone one. And then we'll put a power conduit into the sandstone itself. This is going to be basically... Remember, here's the issue. I'm so used to the mindset of the fact that you couldn't build power conduits into pre-built walls anymore. And now with, you know, Alpha 8, you could obviously, if you have a pre-built wall that's not a power conduit, you could just actually go and add a power conduit to it and boom, you're ready to go. I'm still not comfortable with that mechanic. I mean, it's an amazing mechanic. I love it personally. But it still hasn't registered in my brain after so many episodes that it works that way now. So I'm going to try to start doing that a little bit more better as well. So we're going to get that up and running. These guys won't be generating any power meanwhile, so how about if we can momentarily just do a little power conduit down through here, just to connect this guy over here and collect some power. In the meantime, this is all getting done. Is that good? Yeah, so everybody's over here asleep right now. Good. You guys sleep. The other thing, I haven't run into this personally myself, but I've been hearing, or been reading some comments, not hearing them. I don't necessarily have text-to-speech on my computer. I think I do, but I've always kind of thought of the idea of the computer talking to me, and so it's supposed to be just reading the comments would be kind of weird. Like, it'd just be like, hey, Falcon, you stupid idiot, you could do this to make life easier on yourself. And as gratifying as that might sound, you know, the computer itself insulting me in your words, it's kind of also a little bit, unfortunately, terrifying. So, let's go over here, and we're going to do the lead zone, which is actually going to lead me into the whole point of the beacons really soon, as you'll see. But number one, I'm deleting this zone over here. You're probably wondering why, Falcon. Isn't that just going to ruin your whole coverage over here? Kind of yes, but kind of no. The reason I'm deleting this is because, personally, I haven't run into the issue myself, but people have been telling me in the comments that sometimes having a bunch of stockpiles ruins frames per second. Mind you, not everybody's probably run into this, so I know I'm going to get some comments saying, Falcon, that doesn't happen, it hasn't happened to me. Understandable. I agree with you, if it hasn't happened to you. But there's some people have been telling me that's happened to them. So, just to be on the safe side, I'll just remove it for now and see how it works out that way. Again, it hasn't happened to me either, but, you know, I'd rather just thread along the safety side right now. Now, other thing we need to do. I'm pretty sure I already set up some people with art over here, so crafting art. Jack Avenger, you're going to be crafting art. And then, let's see, a few extra crafters. These crafters are completely wide open, right? So I want them to craft some of the stuff that we have going on over here. So you're over here smelting slag into metal, which is ideal for us. Thank you for that. Over here we have the machining table, which is, we're done with the mechanoids after this one over here. Perfect. I have stopped the production of stone cutting for now, but we'll probably get back into this one really soon. In terms of the tailor's workbench, I have 2Ks to be done. Or I'm sorry, Tukes. I've been calling them 2Ks, people don't like that. Here's the thing with 2Ks. I didn't know what the hell a 2K was before RimWorld. Apparently it's supposed to be a beanie. At least in my, you know, American plebe status. I call them beanies, you know, hoodies, whatever. I guess not really a hoodie. Hoodie's more something that attaches to the sweater and goes over your head. But I've been known to call them beanies myself, so when they added toques, I was just kind of like, what the fuck's a toque? And then I was just like, well, it looks like a beanie. Is it a beanie? And then people in the comments were like, Falcon, that's not how you say it, blah, 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 blah. And then other people explained, well, it's supposed to be a beanie. And I was like, that's what I figured. I thought it was a beanie. Just call it a beanie. But, you know, again, the game's terminology cannot be made just to satisfy my, you know, Neanderthal needs, you know? So, apologies. First recording of the day, my voice needs to get kind of used to the whole, talking to myself for hours on end here. Alrighty, so, this is already done. Perfect. Let me go into my power structure over here, making sure that we got the power running properly. Good. Now we'll deconstruct this bad boy over here to move him over a little bit too. The sculptor's table is actually going to go over here where my research table used to be. So we'll go into production and we'll do sculpting maybe right about here. That seems to work with me pretty good. So there you go. Now then, we have mining set up for people, right? Our people have to travel pretty far to mine. So this is going to be kind of dangerous because if I'm considering opening this up over here, right? So obviously this will make it kind of like, you know, free. Actually, let's do this. How about we do this one instead? We'll do, we'll do a door here instead. Now, what I'm planning to do with this is we'll set up a door right about there. So then my people don't have to go all the way around and come over here to mine. They can just basically go through the door. When a raid happens, hopefully we have enough time to just come over here and then build a wall behind this. So then, you know, essentially the raiders will have to kind of go through the wall to the door first and foremost, which hopefully will give us enough time to get through and build a wall behind it to kind of keep them out. So this is going to be a dangerous move, but it'll definitely make it a lot easier for people to go all the way around and come down here and mine and haul stuff back. So just for the sake of simplicity, we'll do that. So how are we doing over here with the buildings so far? This is about to be deconstructed by Butts McGee. It totally has been. Thank you, my friend Butts. Seymour Butts. And let me go ahead and put this over here. Perfect. And then we'll put the other structure right about here. Meaning this one has to go down to make this actually happen, though. Power conduit. Oh, we need a... Oh, wait a second. Let's not... Well, technically, I can just put the power conduit here too, right? And that'll connect both of those bad boys. I usually like to put it in the middle, just to kind of... Or close to the middle, just to kind of give me that little... symmetrical type of thing, but whatever, as long as it's generating the power over, that's what really matters. Okay. So everything over here is looking pretty good. The doors over here are set up already, which is excellent for us. Now, in terms of the beacons, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go over here and do... zones. Delete zone. Falcon, what are you doing? And believe me, I know what I'm doing. It was an amazing tip, by the way. Whoever set those tips to me, thank you. Anything that I do... and I credit somebody, but I don't know the name. If you are the one who told me, then just realize I'm talking about you. I just can't really keep up with everybody's names that leaves me tips and stuff to that degree. It's because I always forget. I barely remember my own name from time to time. And I'm talking about my real name, too, not even the Falcon name. So, what I want to do here is put a stockpile. And actually, before we even do that, I want to have 2 drop beacons down here. I want to say fuck you to this stockpile area over here. So what if we did MISC? We'll do drop beacon. Place you right about here. So, really shortly, you'll guys see what I'm trying to do over here. So let's put this in a little bit faster speed so we get some more stuff up and running. Or should I really put it that way? I'm liking regular speed just because it actually gives me a chance to, you know, see things how I want to have them play out as opposed to just kind of speeding along and then fucking shit up like I normally do. My mortars are up and running, which is fine. That's ideal. My turrets are offline right now, which is good because we don't need to use that extra power. In terms of other stuff that I want to do in the base itself, the beacons are over here, right? Which is understandable. I would love to extend my perimeter down to maybe here where this tree line is, just because I want to move or build actual, like, you know, workshop areas down over here, and then leave this over here as a non-medical, or just as a medical-only facility, because I find it kind of weird that even though that we have all these medicinal places over here, like in terms of our hospital and stuff, that we have like all this work shit happening, even butchering and cooking of stuff, while there's people over here supposed to be, you know, being treated for injuries. So I don't know, we might have to move some of those downwards. So that's the reason why I'm thinking about expanding downward, just to give, like, you know, the workshops that are all individual spaces. I think that'll probably work out and give me something to do at the same time. Now, the other thing is people have been complaining about power, or not power, but how cold it is. Which is understandable. I understand what you're coming from. If we look inside of this room, it is negative 19 Fahrenheit. For all of you Celsius people out there, that is super cold. Like, you know, we shouldn't be under there. We're freezing. So people have been saying, like, Falcon, it's too fucking cold, you moron. And I'm just like, you know, that's understandable. Here's the thing, though. I've been actually trying to keep up with people's thoughts over here. He's hungry, so he's eating. Calman, you're always eating. You're a pretty big dude. But, you know, he's got a spacious interior, had a social chat. You know, everybody's moods, for the most part, I want to say, are pretty good. Optimus had a social chat, spacious interior. Everybody's looking pretty good. I would consider adding a lot of heaters everywhere if they were complaining about that, if it was causing issues for the base, but it hasn't necessarily been. At this point, complaining about the heat, or the lack thereof, is just basically just complaining for the sake of complaining, at least if you ask me. Because it's not really causing a negative impact on our people. I haven't even seen, like, you know, hypothermia or diseases be running rampant, at least like regular illnesses that you catch because of weather effects. We've had, you know, infections, so that's because of, poor management in the past by my part. But I've been trying to keep on top of that. That's the reason why we have a medical facility set up now. But I will at least try to do this. Meet you guys at like the middle ground. We're going to go into temperature. We'll do a heater right in here. And this heater is going to be placed here just to kind of keep our medical area a little bit warmer. So in case we do have to treat our people, they're not over here being treated in the fucking ice cold temperatures, right? Just to kind of make it more realistic, I suppose we'll do that. So let's try to meet halfway, guys. I'll meet you guys halfway, you meet me halfway. The reason why I haven't been keeping the warmth up is because we just haven't really needed it because of the parkas and the toques. Alright, how are you guys doing over here? Pretty good, you're mining away? Excellent. Keep doing that shit, dogs. We need all this stuff over here. How's our... Try to find a dark area here. If you look at the top left corner here, all this snow, man. 3,000 over in terms of steel. Pretty looking good on wood. Food's looking pretty good. We have a lot of food stored up. So yeah, that's all looking really fine and dandy to me. So I'm not complaining about that regard right now. So you guys keep doing your thing over here. I want to start doing some fancy stuff at the base to kind of give it its own little style. But we'll do that after we have some of these necessities that I have over here built up. Speaking of which, the drop beacon is set up already? Excellent. Now, what I want to do with the drop beacon is the tip that people told me about, which is, let's go to zones. We'll make one stockpile. I'll say for now, like over here. This seems really excessive, but if you'll allow me a second, you'll see what I'm trying to do here. So this will be one complete stockpile, right? If I go over to the drop beacon and highlight this bad boy, wait a minute. That's the area, right? And then if we go into delete zone, well, look at this shit. Look how easy this is. And look at this. Not only is it a lot easier than over here trying to finagle like what the drop beacon let me know and try to go by memory, but at the same time, it also makes it so that it is one single stockpile as opposed to having like a stockpile of like, different multicolors, and then I start bitching and complaining about that whole thing, and I kind of messed this up. No, I haven't. Perfect. So first and foremost, let's go up and around this guy first, just so we can get this one up and running. So we'll do that. That, and that. One drop beacon done. We'll highlight this bad boy next, and then we'll do the same thing one more time. Because we're going to celebrate one more time. I can't do the voice. It's just a little bit too high for me, and my voice unfortunately is a little bit too deep for that. Unless, of course, you watch the Falcon, Let's Remember 2014 video on New Year's Eve, and I put up one of the unreleased videos that I never released from Alpha 1 because Alpha 2 came out. And my voice was like, basically my balls hadn't dropped yet. That's the best way I could kind of put it. So, in terms of our stockpiles here, we'll talk more about that whole issue about the voice thing. But let me just figure this out here really quickly. We're going to do everything in here minus the medicine. So medicine off. Sure, bring shells in here, bring textiles in here, that's fine. Food, negativo on the food. Food has its own place over there. Weapons is fine. Items, yeah, keep bringing all this shit over here. That's perfectly fine with me. Apparel, bring it over here. Body parts is fine. Chunks is fine. No, chunks is actually not fine. And then corpses, negative. No corpses as well. And let's not allow rotten. This will be set up as normal, I suppose, for now. That's perfectly fine. This medicine needs to get out of here. The medicine needs to go over here. But the thing is, we have no room for the medicine. So the other thing I'm going to do, using the same idea that we used over here, is actually go over on this side. We will do a stockpile up and about over here. Mind you, this isn't going to remain this way. What I'm going to do now is actually going to delete zones, and we're going to do this. I figure it'd be kind of cute. Is that the right word I'm looking for here? Hey guys, this would be really cute. If we actually put the medicines right above the, the beds themselves, that would make sense to me, right? So we'll do over here, we'll come and turn everything off, hopefully. Turn it all off. Actually, clear all would be a lot easier than doing this one by one again. Alpha 8, gotta get used to this shit too. Going to manufactured, we'll do medicine, but I only want regular medicine above the beds, and this will be my important area for medicine. Get you guys up and running again. How's the temperature in here now? -10. Let's actually turn this bad boy up a bit here. So this will probably use a little bit more power, but that's okay. We'll put this up to 18. We'll probably do this like target temperature 124. That's increasingly fucking high. Let's lower it a little bit here. So we'll see how this goes, and then we'll kind of mediate it afterwards. I don't want to necessarily give them heat stroke as well, so that's the other issue. Now, by putting medicine over here, it frees up this area over here, this stockpile, too. No medicine here, but herbal medicines, and well, I'm not sure what Glitter World medicine is, but we'll have herbal medicine, Glitter World medicine, and body parts over here, which is fine. Okay. So medicine should be brought over here now. Oh, Son of Sono brought some over, I do believe. So there you go. Perfect. That's actually been done pretty well now. How are you guys doing over here? Done with that area. Bringing in some silver. I love it. Now then, we're not moving stuff over here because we still have this stockpile over here which needs to go. So this is going to be kind of like a little bit of a hauling process for them, unfortunately. But what I want to do is, let's go over here and we will do a deconstruct to this drop beacon. And then we'll do a delete zone. You're kind of overlapping here, aren't you? Yeah, you are. So we'll do delete all of this here. All of this, and even all of this over here, because you guys are kind of overlapping a little bit. Alrighty, so hopefully they'll start moving all this shit over where it needs to go. The other thing is, this over here still has a, open roof over. I haven't taken care of that, which I should. So we'll do a little bit of a sandstone block, just a regular one right here in the center. And this will be basically just there to kind of cover up this roof, nothing else. And then we'll have the inside of our base completely sealed up. So we can kind of start putting some heaters inside, maybe. I'll probably put a heater over here. Just because there's some hallways we can kind of heat up a little bit, and maybe some of that heat will actually seep into the rooms, and then it'll be kind of warm. Son of Sono seems a little bit injured, though, so let me see what's going on with this man. His left lung has been destroyed. I'm sorry, my man, I can't give you a left lung bionic to my knowledge, so we'll try to keep an eye out for a left lung when a trade ship decides to pass by over here. This over here is still unconnected because of my unfortunate undersight, or oversight, maybe. Whichever one you prefer. Alrighty, so that's done right now. Perfect. I'm gonna call an episode here today. We did a lot of, at least really important stuff in terms of like mining areas or designated areas to mine. A lot of little good stuff in terms of like, moving stuff into proper stockpiles. We're gonna continue finishing this up next time, and we have a little bit more of a better thing here. And more importantly, just kind of giving you guys an idea as to what we're gonna be doing really soon. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up, leave a like. The support always does mean a lot. And once again, thank you for watching the series and always enjoying it and being really courteous with the comments and everything. I will catch you next time.